The views expressed in this presentation are those of the host and guests and do not represent the views of any lodge, Grand Lodge, appended body, or any other person or persons whomsoever.
Brothers, we are at Refreshment.
I'll sit in the corner and look cool and be like, what up? That's me.
I don't want to talk about you either, Marty, but here we are.
Just because my style isn't death.
I truly regret this already.
I regret this.
A 10 of beer, faithful press.
Oh man, it is great. I can feel this.
That's assuming anybody even watches the podcast.
The 5 minutes that I watched, I really did enjoy it.
All right, everyone. Welcome to the At Refreshment Masonic video podcast. Once again, I'm your host, Wesley Reuter. Let's meet everyone else real quick. We're going to start all the way to, let's start with Will.
Hi, everybody. I'm Will. Welcome to my home.
Will's home, everybody.
Will's home.
You mean
All
the
right.
trial club? I mean, you know, that's
The
where
trial
we're at.
house?
We're at the trial club, right?
One of the newest trowel clubs. So, all right, let's start with Eric.
Eric Maxa, Villa Park Lodge, 1113, junior deacon. Yeah, junior deacon. High 12, sergeant at arms.
Marty, Party Marty. I'm in a lot of things, and I love Masonry.
Yeah, I like how we put all the names on the cameras and.
Oh, you know what? Yeah,
He's looking at
I never look at the right camera.
Never look at the right
They actually
camera.
wrote a name on my
Still
camera. So, hey, everyone at home, I'm finally on the right camera. My name is Marty, and I love you.
What up, everybody? It's Yoshi, past master of Villa Park Lodge, number 1113. Past excellent high priest of Keystone Chapter number 281.
I was there. It happened.
Yeah.
I was also there.
And our guest, who is also a member of the show, we have.
I am Mark. Mason. I mean, there's so many bodies. It's not even funny. Yeah, I'm making an appearance for the first time in at least 6 months.
Yeah, and this is
First time since you invited us into your lovely home. Apparently,
Yeah.
Mark only gets on camera if it's live in somebody's house.
or he's cooking,
cooking.
giving us liquor. That's fine. So this is based off of Mark's effort for running for Grotto Supremes this year in Cincinnati. So, Mark, what does that entail, or what has it entailed for you so far?
So maybe, Mark, what are you running for?
Running for. Generally, basically, it's just called the Grand Captain of the Guard for the Grottos of North America. So it's, we got the Grand Monarch, pretty much everybody down the line, and then Grand Captain of the Guard is pretty much like the entry officer that you get voted for. So it's me and two other guys, and the three of us are just trying to run for the top officer position.
So you will be in charge of the people that protect us.
Correct.
I feel safe.
Yes.
I don't.
I got to make sure y'all grotto safely or softly.
Definitely grottoing softly
I
out
have
here.
never-
Will, you grotto way too softly. You know, you need to get on board and grotto hard like the rest of us.
Honestly, Will, your amount of grotto-related injuries is surprisingly low, where mine is painstakingly high.
As somebody who
Got
has
to pump
seen,
those numbers up.
somebody who's seen pictures
rookie
of
numbers.
your grotto trauma, I'll just try to say I'm trying to even things out.
I lost a hoodie to Grotto and Marty.
I mean, Marty,
Welcome to Shael.
I mean, Marty bruised his nether region, so your hazing was light.
Yeah, it's true. Mark,
Yeah.
as someone running for Grand Captain of the Guard, what are you going to do to protect myself from what I do to myself at Grotto sometimes?
I'm going to encourage it.
Yeah, don't slow this guy down. It's a bad result.
No, because you know what though? This is what the grotto is, and I love it. Is because like there's just like all these fun things. I mean, remember we are the Master Masons playground. You know, that's what the original founders wanted to do, was to just have fun. So, I mean, obviously we're going to do it within due bounds.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
You know, but I mean, like it's something where it's like if you have an idea, let's run with it. You know, and that's been our mantra. What for Shael since we started was, you know, if you have an idea, you're gonna take point and you're gonna run with it.
Are you going to bring back monkey bars?
Sure.
We need more Grotto injuries, right?
Jesus Christ. Dude, kids' playgrounds nowadays are like beautiful compared to the death traps that we used to play in.
Oh, the metal slides
Yeah, the
where you're
metal-
just like
yeah.
burning your butt.
Everything was metal and gravel. Like,
Hey, that kind of sounds like the Grotto, right? We're just bouncing off all the bars and everything and hitting gravel sometimes.
It is, but I mean, like if you take a look at our video from Supreme from last year when we fed Marty cupcakes.
Yeah,
You know, like how many times can you have like a Grand Lodge officer stuff, stuff a prophet with cupcakes?
Until he can't breathe.
Yeah, until he couldn't breathe and almost died.
Which, by the way, I have it on good authority that this year it's waterboarding for charity.
We've been talking about that for a while now.
Y'all are going to make me lose my security clearance. But for the right number to the Humanitarian Foundation.
Well, if we put a black hood over you, no one will know it's you, right? Just can't
Except
wear
for
that
anybody
shirt.
who watches this show. The dozen people that watch this
All
show.
12 of you be cool.
Nobody watches our past episodes.
I'm going to go on a limb and say if word gets out that Marty got waterboarded, everyone will know I did it. And I'm not sure what would raise more money. People donating money for Marty to get waterboarded, or if we allowed people to bid on being like a guest waterboarder and actually got to waterboard you, Marty. I mean, the Humanitarian Foundation.
That turned frightening. I think.
I would be so open to that, but I don't know how much waterboarding I can handle.
That's
I'm going to tell you probably
We'll
surprisingly
waterboard for Grotto.
Yeah, like I wouldn't want like a bunch of people to put this money in, and then I'm like, oh, I can't handle this. I'm sorry. Like, you invested in something silly. Like, we're gonna have to do some dry runs on this.
Well,
No, there's no
figure it
such thing as a dry run.
I guess we'll start with waterboarding
some-
you at Jim Beam, and we'll work up to actual water.
wet runs, right? So, So, when running for Captain of the Guard and Supremes, what does that consist of, like compared to, maybe like a Shrine Office or Blue Lodge?
It's a lot more traveling, obviously, because I mean, if you think about it, when you're traveling, we're doing like let's take for example Grand Chapter. I mean, all of us are pretty much involved with the chapter one way or the other for Illinois.
Yeah.
It's it was basically like, oh hey, I'm running, and let me just like make a small hotel room type of a thing, and like not a big pomp and circumstance. Whereas for the Grotto, this has been like I've been working on this for 2 years now. Been traveling, making stuff, making tchotchkes,
Making kids.
so
Trying to make new Grotto members.
Gotta get those votes anyway.
you gotta make some daughters, and there's daughters now, one daughter at least, future daughter. But no, just it's a lot more. It's more labor intensive, but it is a labor of love.
Mm-hmm.
Like I wouldn't do this obviously without the support of my wife. And she has full support. She fully supports me doing this. But two, it's like I wouldn't be doing this if I didn't love the Grotto.
Look, when you run for anything that's on the grand line scale, like you have to have a love for it. You got to have it in you to do it, because I mean, here in Illinois, like the regular Blue Lodge Grand Line, and then there's the chapter, council, commandery. There's
There's a grand line for everything.
There's a grand line for everything. But the crazy thing with Grotto is that's internationally lit.
Yeah.
Like you're expected, especially when you get to that Grand Monarch position, you are expected to go
Wherever.
everywhere.
Yeah,
So,
and I mean, in Illinois Masonry, if you get into a Grand Line, you might have to take a
6-hour trip.
a 6-hour drive down south.
Yeah.
In
to
Grotto,
get to the
you're
Grotto
going,
line, you're getting on a
South
plane.
America.
Yeah.
They're chartering stuff in El Salvador right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did
mean,
see that.
And Texas is exploding.
You were just down in Texas.
I was down in Texas. Yeah.
Texas
I
is
helped
like-
up build up Knox Lux or get that chartered. So.
Then I think they just started Cowboy Grotto. You got El Haboob over there. You got a ton of grottos.
Yeah, it's exploding up in Texas. So I mean, it's I want to say like the Grotto is probably one of the few independent bodies where there's actually growth in it.
You know what? I like
Tremendous growth. Yeah.
Yeah, honestly, and it's good because brothers are seeing that. Like when I first joined Masonry, I never knew what the Grotto was. And most brothers come up to me and they're like, "Hey, tell me about this Grotto I keep hearing about." And I'm like, "Let me tell you," because and it's a great feeling because
We had a Prince Hall brother.
exactly.
Yes.
We had just
Prince
recently.
Hall wants Grotto back.
Yeah, Prince Hall does. They really want a Grotto for themselves. Hopefully I was able to give them the right information, and hopefully maybe one day that'll happen. But having all these brothers ask about Grotto and they want to be in a Grotto or charter a Grotto, that's great. You know, I mean, I don't know what else to say about it. That is just that's an awesome feeling. You know,
It is. It is a good feeling. So, tell us your pedigree that has brung you here to this point, so you can run for a supreme office in the Grotto.
Well, obviously, I'm the past monarch of Shael, the charter monarch. So that has helped me. But I mean, like I've also past high priest and past thrice illustrious, and just a bunch of
District inspector.
district inspector and
I think you're also
and district deputy grand high priest too.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we're actually both doing that.
Yeah,
together
we are
now.
both in that. So there is a bunch of leadership
Wait,
positions.
hold on. High 12 vice president.
Vice vice
God,
president.
I just keep calling them out.
Illinois State Grotto Association vice president.
Yeah.
Yep, Illinois.
that's
I
right.
think you're a widow's son.
I'm a widow's son. Yeah, actually, I think I might have it under.
well, this is a family show.
As he does that, his mic
Yeah.
falls off and his nipple
there.
comes
you know
out.
Shazam.
what? God, we do too much.
We do too much.
We do way too much.
I have a very
We do.
very understanding wife.
And
Hey guys, I'm not married and I'm doing way too much.
Welcome.
Welcome to Masonry.
But I mean, you might be doing too much. But I think one of
10
the nice
10
things
months
about
in.
Grotto
Thanks, Marty.
is you can bring her to all that stuff.
No, and
Yes.
and that's always been my main point is we could always bring our wives, our children to all these events. Obviously we're gonna have sometimes like a guys' night out type of a
Yeah.
thing, but I mean our pizza parties, our belly busters, our dogs games. We always say, hey, bring your lady.
Whenever there's a big outing, like we have the family, the wives and the family there. I mean, more often than not, it's a family affair. And there's only been a couple times where it was just the guys, but even then it's like
Even then, it was just a cigar thing.
yeah.
And even when it's just
even
the
on
guys,
any-
it eventually turns into the girl showing up anyways.
Even at a
yeah.
regular meeting night,
Yeah.
generally a couple of ladies may come to our dinner. We'll knock out, our business meeting, which isn't that long. And the chicks just usually beat it to get to the bar before us.
Yeah.
They hunker down and get tables for all of us.
like you guys are late.
Yeah.
So no, but I mean, like that's one of the things that I really want to focus on is the family, and really just say like the Grotto is like where we could it's family. Like when I went down to Texas for Knox Lux, saw Matt Fisher and Tiffany and Candace, and Jay Hicks. Like it was just basically just like it's not hey how's it going? It was like hugging. It was basically like seeing long lost family.
Big family.
We call it family.
No, it is.
And
It's
I really
you know-
can't wait for Cincinnati because I mean, like, it's just one big family reunion.
I can't make it
Well,
this year.
before we move on, I want to move back to the wives thing real quick. If I remember correctly, the first person you asked to run was Amanda, and she was all on board with
Yes,
it,
she was.
correct? How did that go?
I was on the fence. This was actually in Louisville, and I was like, I don't know if I want to run. Like it's in me, but I don't know. And Amanda actually talked to Kelly Korb. And because like I think I just blurted to Amanda, I was like, hey, maybe I'm thinking about running, blah blah blah. And Amanda found Kelly in the hallway, and she just started talking, and I got full blessing with Amanda. And I also, I even this was like years in the in the process, and even when she was pregnant, and even now with with baby G, I even still ask her, I'm like, listen, do you still want me to do this? She's like, yes, I want you to do this. There's times where, like, I wouldn't say I wanted to drop out, but I'm just like, I don't know if I really want to do this. She's like, no, you have to do this. So I have full 100% support.
Yeah, it's good to have that support from your lady because, as we know as Masons, sometimes just get out of the house for a little while. But no, I want you back home. So
Yeah, no, you gotta try and find that balance. We've talked about this plenty of times. If it wasn't for our ladies letting us do what we do, I mean, what would we do?
I think
okay,
it's
but within Grotto with the ladies, even especially when you think about the Grand Line, you can't think of Mike Hostler without Jan. You don't think of Tali without Angela. You don't think of these guys without their wives.
Yeah.
The wives make us
In so many
true.
ways.
Oh, and I think it's really cool that you're making family such a big focus. And I know we talked about this in the cooking episode, but I mean, you're one of the guys in Masonry that I've looked up to from like a family standpoint. Obviously, I don't have kids yet, and one day that might be in the cards for me. And
You got us.
He's got Marty and Yoshi.
No, you're in this too. You're
I
here.
mean, I hope if it ever
Thank you
happens.
for ordering pizza before the podcast, Daddy.
But I just hope that one day if it does happen for me, I can approach what I do in Masonry and being a father the same way you do. Like, it's crazy seeing you at Grotto events where you and your lovely wife and baby G, you guys will be running around. You'll be doing the year one monarch thing, and Matt will give you kind of that look where, all right, daddy time.
Yeah.
And then you go from being year one monarch to walking around with baby G, just
Giving her ice cream.
I know. I
cooing with her, and that allows her to run off, and she gets to Grotto
do her
hard
thing.
too.
Yeah.
I see him like, I'm like, I remember when he used to do that with us.
And, I'm with Will on this, right? So I'm new to Masonry, and I'm still getting used to bringing my lady around. I'm not used to me thinking about it originally when I was in for just Blue Lodge. I'm thinking guys time. I'm not thinking about what is my significant other doing. Now my fiance. And now that she's my fiance, I'm looking at trying to get her out for more things and trying to bring her more Grotto events. I just recently got her to start going to High 12 events, for Christ's sake. So, I mean, it's huge. It's like you guys, I take inspiration from you guys on when I can or when it's appropriate to bring the lady around and when it's not.
Yeah, no, that's fine. So, where else have you traveled? I know we mentioned Texas. Where else have you gone to?
Texas. I know we went to Peoria.
Yes.
We went to Peoria down there. I'm going to be going to Ohio next week. Yeah, next week. Wow.
That soon?
Yeah, I'm going to Ohio next week and then going to Sega, Southeast Grotto Association in Memphis.
We're recording this at the end of April, so
Yeah, so
by the
whenever
time
this
it's
gets
there,
released.
yeah.
But yeah, so doing that, and then obviously we're just gonna end it up in Cincinnati.
Well, Mark, kind of keep in mind though, you forgot one of the places you've really put a lot of efforts in traveling to and really helping the Grotto get off the ground with the Artaban up in Waukesha.
Oh yeah, Artaban too. That that was a funny situation. Remember when so here's the situation. So Yoshi and I were up there in Artaban, and these guys were not yet even prophets yet. They were just brothers. These guys were just brothers.
And they were just getting ready to do the thing.
And so they were kind of getting set up, and I'm the only one there. I'm still waiting for the Supreme guys to show up, and so I was literally the only one with the purple tassel.
Yep.
And they're like, "Oh, how's the Bible? Oh, you could bring up the altar a little bit further up. Oh, you know what? You can get rid of the stewards rods and all that." And then the next thing you know is just bam, 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 all these questions. And I'm like, "Why are you guys asking me all these questions?" And I'm like, "Wait a minute, I'm the most senior guy here." So actually, and Yoshi was my number 2. So
Yeah.
Dude, that was funny. It was like it hit me the same time it hit you, and we were like, dude, we're the most senior members here. And they're asking us for all this, information and stuff, and we're like,
We have no idea what's going on.
I don't even know what I'm doing.
we need more an adult person to adult.
yeah, I know. We need an adult. We need an adult. But no, what? I had my book with me. We were able to.
Yeah, we were able to do it. So
Everything was
and
fine,
they showed up like about 10 minutes later.
Yeah.
So
But no, that was for those. What? No, it was like, dude, it was a good half hour, 45 minutes.
yeah.
For that half hour, 45 minutes, it was pretty cool.
Yeah, so shout out to Artaban for that. I mean, I know we as Shail in general have a great relationship with them.
Yeah, we go up there every now and then. It's been a couple months for me, but got to make it back.
Yeah, and then I'm really enjoying the kinship again with the other grottos of Illinois that we've been having for the last couple of months with Eliabad and El Jala.
Oh yeah,
We just did a 3rd degree with them.
Yeah, we just
Yeah.
that was
kicked
great.
off the Grotto degree team.
Yeah, it went from the El Jala degree team to the Illinois Grotto degree team, Chicago Grotto degree team, and we did a
We'll post
3rd
pictures.
degree. Yeah, we did a degree at Acacia Cemetery in the mausoleum, and that was such an experience.
I mean, Will, you were worshipful.
yeah, Will,
Yeah, that was your show.
that was your show,
Yeah,
man. Talk
I
about
mean,
it, man.
A couple of things that happened that I'll never forget. That first gavel,
Yeah.
sitting in that stone shed
Thunder.
at the bottom of the wall and looking out, going, all right, I've opened a lodge in front of 20 guys before, but I've never opened a lodge in front of 20 guys with 100 of our deceased brethren, around us.
sisters.
And that first time you hit the gavel, and it thunders and echoes, and it's like, oh, all right, this isn't just a lodge.
Yeah.
And then the voice,
Yeah.
like,
It
dude,
carries-
Will,
it carries
you are a
it.
very soft-spoken man. You projected well.
I mean, there's a reason Elmhurst had to install a sound system for my year in the East. Otherwise, the secretary sits 3 feet from me, and he can't hear a word I'm saying.
Have you ever hit that gavel harder than you've been in that place?
He didn't
No,
even
I-
have to hit it hard in there.
I didn't like the first one. The first one I hit that one hard because I was a little worried because I gavel softly, and when I hit that, it was like, oh, all right.
Yeah.
He gavels softly, but grottos hardly.
Hardly Grottos.
Oh my God, Will, though, your junior warden kind of messed me up because he's too credible that day. He convinced me that one guy who was buried there died in the Titanic.
Oh, yes!
Oh, that was a lie?
Oh, God.
Yeah, I was telling people.
And then you probably told everybody.
I told everyone, like, that guy died in the Titanic because Brett told me all that crazy
Brett,
stuff.
you bastard, you.
No,
Oh
so
my God.
then I...
And you look at the body, it says, it was 1857.
No, it was like 1952. So, because my wife...
He died in Titanic or get resurrected.
Yeah,
and lived another
we had the
30
big
years.
party afterwards at the German restaurant, which was a lot of fun. But then, so my wife gets up like, honey, let me give you a tour of the mausoleum. And then I was like, honey, this guy died in the Titanic. And she looked at me and goes, honey, he died in 1957. And I'm like, I looked at her and I said, well, he took a lot of creative liberties with that movie,
He was raised a master mason at the bottom of the Titanic.
He died
Look,
in San Leo.
either way, that guy, that brother, his crypt was
immaculate.
Yeah, like they had a it was him and his wife are in there, and like
Just get it off.
the I don't know what do you want to call it, sarcophagus or whatever.
Yeah, when
Yeah.
Tomb.
Yeah, sarcophagus. That's what they call it.
Yeah,
Is that
it's,
right?
It's the big stone thing. It's big enough for 2 caskets, so they're both in there. And on each side, they had busts of themselves. I'm like, wow, it must be nice to have money. But most of the crypts, and
I mean, he was a 33rd degree Mason, so
Yeah, he was a
He
33rd.
clearly had all the Templars' treasure.
Oh,
Yeah.
of
Good
course.
for it.
He got
Dude, it
buried
might
with
even be in there.
Could be.
That's how he afforded to.
All right, call Nick Cage. Let's call
Don't
Nick
tell
Cage.
Nick Cage.
Yeah,
That's
right.
where my treasure map led me to.
Well, I'm looking at our time. Do you want to go one more segment or?
Sure.
All right, we'll do
Yeah,
that.
do that.
Okay, everyone, we're going to take a break. We're going to put some other guys that are also running for Grotto Supreme line. They're going to have their promo video, so stay tuned. Watch and listen to that.
Shout out Jeff Snyder. Shout out Phil Scott.
Now do that.
You're a sucker.
And we're back.
Really, he's got like 3 episodes under his belt, and he thinks he can run everything.
You know what? It's hard to get good help.
He thinks he's Steven Spielberg.
When I stop hearing 5, 4, 3, 2 at the beginning of an episode,
No,
You
that's
know
the
what,
new thing.
Wes, with what
That's
you-
the new thing. Well, everyone, as you can hear, we're back.
Yeah,
so
with what you pay us, Wes, you're lucky he shows up.
lucky I'd pay you at all.
So before we get back to Mark and his amazing run for the Supreme Council line, which he's insanely deserving, there's one person I would say is more deserving than I'd probably be you, and I say that proudly as a guy who takes Grotto very seriously. But Wes, you remember we're at the Grotto party after the degree at that German restaurant, and out of nowhere some old guy comes up, starts talking to me and Wes. You remember this crazy?
Oh
guy?
yeah.
And he's like, "You guys having fun?" We're like, "Yeah, man, rock and roll." And he's like, "I own this place." I'm like, "Okay, cool." I'm like, "Do you like owning it?" He's like, "I've never been here before. I own many."
No,
things."
he's like, I'm not here that often. That's what he said.
Is that what he said?
Yeah.
you were
He's like,
drinking.
I'm not here that often.
Well, I was drinking those
but
Das
you had
Boots.
the Das
And we
Boots.
looked at him. We're like, what do you mean you're not here that often? He's like, oh yeah, I got a couple other restaurants and hotels and this and that. Oh,
Yeah,
so
but
you're a
I
pretty
think
busy
in-
guy. And he's like, yeah, you want some schnapps?
Yeah, in true Grotto
Yeah, no, he
fashion,
was like- 'cause
the guy offers you a shot, and all of a sudden there's like 12 prophets going shots.
No. He offered. he's like, who else wants shots? We're like, well, we didn't want to just say like everyone.
Yeah, like-
he's like, no, if everyone wants them, I'll bring them out. I'm
So at one point he looks at everybody and goes, all right, raise your hand if you don't want a shot. Steve DeVries, mountain of a man with a glorious beard, did not hear the whoever doesn't want a shot, put your hand up. And Steve's, and I look at Eileen and I'm like, Steve, buddy, he said if you don't want a shot, put your hand up. And Steve just looked like a kid who got caught with his hand in the cookie jar. He's like,
God bless Steve.
Dude, no, the best part was when he was he told the very lovely hostess, go get a bottle. Go bring the bottle.
And then he was like, yeah, this is what we used to drink back in Germany. It's some hardcore fruit brand.
it was not at all what they drank in Germany.
Either way, that was rough.
That's what
stuff was.
He got held over at the airport one day. That's what he drank. That's what he was talking about. That stuff was pretty gnarly.
I really like, he said it was like peppermint schnapps. The girl said it was apple schnapps, and it had a pear on the bottle.
It was apple and pear, yeah.
Yeah, it was apple and pear. It
But
was
whatever.
good, but
It went down
it was.
fine.
Yeah,
It was Snapple.
It was not very schnapsy.
It was
Schnapple.
it was a very grotto day.
Snap shot.
Yeah.
It was a beautiful grotto day. We did a 3rd degree. We loved each other, and then we went and got in some fun and hijinks, and it was perfect.
It was a really good day.
So, Mark, since Cincinnati is a few months away, what can we expect from you at Cincinnati?
Expect from Cincinnati for me. I would say a kick room. I know we got a really good theme going for.
I know you don't want to give everything away,
No.
but can you give some highlights?
No,
or some
but I mean,
ideas?
like it's going to be something where you're going to notice that it is going to be the my room. It's going to be my room. It's going to be my room. It's going to be my room. So, but we're going to have lots of drinks and
It's
fellowship.
going to be asking for money.
Well, I just
We're gonna be giving away money to anyone who votes.
yeah.
$5 to vote Victoria.
That's fair.
Yeah, so no, but I mean, if anything, at the end of the day, it's more of just like I just want to meet the prophets,
Yeah.
and just connect, and just kind of just go from there. I mean, me, Phil, and Jeff, we all pretty much made a gentleman's agreement. We're like, we're not running against each other, we're running for the line. So
Yeah. No, I mean,
And that's cool, dude. That's cool. Hopefully, if it, depending on if it gets gridlocked or whatever, you guys will do the right thing and each will bow out as time goes.
yeah,
There's not going to be any hard feelings or nothing. No. And that's the real, that shows real brotherhood. We're not running against each other. We're just running to do what we need to do for the
line. Yeah,
for the realm.
I mean, our original idea for this episode was to hopefully have them both here.
Yeah.
But obviously they're going to do their own video and send it to us so we can put it on.
logistically, that makes sense.
No, it does. It was just something we were trying to coordinate
Yeah.
to see if we can get everybody in the same room.
Yeah.
Because it would have been nice, but this way works.
And there was a
just as
chance
well.
they could have came in for the Illinois Association meeting, but there's just so much going on,
Yeah.
and I get that.
I mean, we've been trying to plan this
for a while.
for a while.
Yeah.
And just things.
What?
just
Pretty
keep
much
popping
since
up.
last Supreme, almost.
I would say last Supreme.
We've been talking about trying to do this.
Yeah.
But it just didn't work out, and we have to do it this way. So hopefully, this will work out. One of the brothers already sent their video, so we'll have that, and we're just waiting for another one. So
Yeah, they'll both be on this video.
yeah,
because Phil
they'll
Scott's
both,
working on his
they'll
right
be
now.
both on this
Yeah.
video.
And if they don't, we'll do stick figure animation or something.
Yeah, sure.
Well,
my name's Phil. Oh.
we'll figure it out.
So, Mark, with announcing that you want to get into the line and running for it, ultimately end goal being monarch of the country, and monarch of the world, I suppose.
Mr. Worldwide.
Yeah.
Mr. Worldwide.
Prestige.
When you think of big picture, if you're that successful, what's your goal? What was it that drove you to want to jump into the line?
Obviously growth is going to be the biggest factor. I mean, there's, if you look in Masonry in general and just a bunch of the bodies. I mean, some of them are just really hurting for membership. Mm-hmm. But Grotto is growing, so I want to help facilitate that.
Yeah.
But then also, kind of just do more focus on the family. And that's gonna be my thing. It's gonna be like I always call it the family reunion, because every time we see people, it's not hey, what's up, friend? It's more of just give me a hug.
Yeah, no, it's true.
And it's nice too when you like Candace, for example, she's gonna be coming up here for installation, and we've offered up her our place and all that stuff, and I've offered she's offered her place when I went down to Texas. So just make it where Masons pretty much can make it like family.
Right.
No, you know what? Honestly, like out of everything, look, all the appendant bodies that I belong to, and I probably could speak for the rest of you guys too. When it comes to Grotto, there is a real special place in my heart for it. I don't want to say it's my favorite appendant body, but in some ways, it really is. I've connected with so many more people through this, through the nation.
Yeah.
Through the globe now, because when we were down at the last Supremes, we met a bunch of guys from South America, from South America and everything.
Yeah.
Like I'm saying, I'm not saying I don't like my other appendant bodies. I love them, but it's just I've gotten to experience so much more being a prophet of the Enchanted Realm, and I don't ever, I don't want to take away from the other groups.
It's a different feel.
It is. It really truly is, and it's a great feeling. Like it really is, and I'm super excited for you to be doing this, and I hope you win it.
Yeah.
I hope you win too, buddy.
Yeah. So
we wish everyone good luck, but obviously we're a
yeah,
little partial with
yeah,
Mark.
we're partial.
So we can't help
No,
it. We're not going to be
either way,
disappointed
no.
either way who gets in, but obviously Mark being our good
And that's
friend.
what's always been crappy about Grotto elections. There's
Yeah.
3 guys that are declared. Someone can run from the floor, but I think that's kind of BS and unfair to the guys who campaign and work all year and actually plant some. That's a whole other story. There's not a bad choice in it. And even if you go last year to Orlando, Marion won, but Jerry Hayward and Michael Neely weren't bad.
No.
They could have easily just as won. I didn't dislike any of them. You go to this thing and you're like, which one of my friends do I pick? Because all these people you're just as active with, them from the hospitality rooms, them from this, them from the other. And, it's bittersweet, but it's never negative.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
It's not that, like Grand Lodge or Blue Lodge, it's a little different feel. It's not that
very different.
everyone's like, "Oh, I don't like this. You should never get." It's not like
No,
that.
it's never that.
It's just we're easier going in Grotto. Everyone's a
Well,
little
and
bit more loose with things.
No, it is.
It's the one body that actually allows you to campaign.
Well, that's huge, actually.
Yeah.
Because, and someone who recently joined Shail, who's pretty high ranking in another Grand Line right now, actually called me the other day. And he was calling about you. And he said, hey, man, you got to tell Wes to not pose a vote for Mark stuff. That's electioneering. You can't do that. And I'm like, well, you're thinking of symbolic craft masonry, where you don't do that. Where I'm like, no, bro. Like, he's like, I got to school. I'm like, no, dude, Grotto, you're going to go to these conventions. And it's pretty much going to be like, vote for me. Come look at this great room of free hot dogs and alcohol I got. Hold a baby goat. All this crazy stuff. All this, all this campaigning, which there's really no other.
He's got a daughter, not a goat.
Well, no, baby G. No, other rooms have goats. There's a goat room. I'll take you to the goat room.
You could dress her up as a goat.
Yeah.
No, just the goats come from somewhere else. Don't worry about the goat. But but it's campaigning. I don't know.
I think Marty's running a competing room.
No, Marty, I know what you're trying to say.
Marty's
because
nominated
it's true,
himself from the floor.
When it comes to the Grotto, like, we are able to do a lot of things in Grotto that other appendant bodies can't do. And when they see us doing that, they're like, hey. And it's like,
well, no, which I get
okay.
it.
It's okay.
In his role and in the state position he holds in that particular line, you don't, when you get, like, when you get elected to something, someone puts you up, you don't give a campaign speech. You don't have a campaign manager. You don't have a T-shirt. You're not handing out pens. You're not riding a unicycle around handing out like snow cones covered in vodka. That's pretty much what running for the Supreme line really is.
And I think, to go back to what we talked about earlier in the show, that's also the big difference between a state line and a national/international line.
Yeah.
Like, you cannot run for an international grand line if you're not doing something to get your name out there.
Yeah.
Like, it's not hard in Illinois for you to run and have people from all over the state know you, because Illinois Masonry not all that big.
Yeah, and if you're not going to the grand sessions, you shouldn't even be running.
Yeah, sure.
There's no election.
If you don't meet everybody, from all the other states and now all the other countries, like, you should not even think about it.
Blue Lodge, there is no electioneering, but in a way there is. And how I explain it is, you're not campaigning, but you're showing up and letting people know that you're active and you're part of this. it's not an electioneering. You're just showing your face there.
Yeah.
If you
Which
get
is
a
important.
position,
What is important.
fine. If you don't, fine. But you've somehow got to let people know that you like this, you want to do this, and you're going to be there for brothers.
Right, you have to show that you're putting in the effort.
Right.
Yeah.
That you're
No,
going to put in
well,
the effort later on.
Yes, no, I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. You know, and it is true. It's not campaigning, but in a way it is. But at the same time, it's
a silent campaign.
Yeah, it's a very silent campaign because you know you're really doing what you're supposed to be doing.
But I mean, it's also
know?
the difference between, you know, craft masonry, which so much of what we do in Blue Lodge is our meetings and our degree work. So if I show up and I'm active in the degree scene and people know if you need this part in degree, you can call Will and he'll show up and do it. That's how you get well known in Blue Lodge.
Yeah.
In Grotto, if you're just showing up for meetings,
Nobody knows you.
nobody cares about you. It's
Yeah.
going to the events, going to the conferences, going to Supremes,
Going to the bar
yeah,
after,
doing
you know,
doing
like, if
crazy
you're-
stuff in the hospitality room.
Yeah.
Like that's Grotto.
Yeah, you don't have to drink, but you know, go because that's where the guys.
Yeah,
are.
no, you don't have to drink or nothing.
It's like
Just
that's
be
what-
there with everybody.
That's what
You
Grotto
know?
is. It's
Yeah.
Grotto is
There's
not our
going to be
stated
plenty
meetings.
of pop and water and food.
Yeah.
You know, you're going to have a
You're
good
going to go
time.
there for fellowship.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like if you're not hanging around and making a fool out of yourself with Marty, what are you doing?
Smoke 2 Camels and drink a Pepsi.
Was that bad?
Yeah, I mean, look at Jim Drake came down to Illinois State Grotto Association,
He did.
right?
Yes.
And we didn't go to the bar immediately after a meeting. We went to a Rainbow Cone.
Rainbow Cone?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Rainbow Cone.
Rainbow Cone.
Yep.
We might have accidentally started a thing with that.
Yeah, because I've been getting hit up by a lot of people and be like, "Hey, what's this Rainbow Cone stuff?" And I'm like,
but then I think that
Where the hell you hiding the Rainbow Cone?
yeah, everybody wants to like when they're like, "Hey, when I
know.
come in, could we go to this
you
Rainbow
just,
Cone?"
you just tell them that's a yellow tassel club.
They're all like, they're all like Gollum. Where's the yellow cone? The rainbow cone.
I mean, you know, Wahoo has their Wahoo and Come and Take It, you know, has theirs. So ours is Rainbow Cone.
Yeah, I like how like we didn't even try to do that. Look, you know, the other guys tried.
Oh, yeah.
I came up with that. Like that was just something that we did because a bunch of us are goofy and you know,
man.
you know, Rainbow Cone is a thing here in Illinois, in the Chicago
area.
Yeah.
and you know, just they opened one not too far from the lodge, and it just became a thing, and we would just shout out Rainbow Cone, and like
Pavlov's dogs.
yeah,
Rainbow Cone.
Yeah, just
but
out of the blue
it's
state,
so
everyone,
funny.
Rainbow cone, everyone, Rainbow cone.
Yeah, that's all you need. Just one person, and they can say it softly too. Like you're just there, and hey, Rainbow Cone, and then all
Rainbow
of a sudden
Cone.
the whole room blows up. Like,
Yeah, I usually hear it out of Eric's mouth first.
That's because I'm special.
Well, we all know
sure
that.
are.
Eric is a man who appreciates
Ice cream.
an ice cream cone
yeah,
with
he's
27 different flavors stacked on top of each other in various colors.
I just like their little donuts.
I,
The donuts are good.
you know, I really want one now.
We ordered 50. No, I ordered 30 donuts.
Yeah, you're freaking
Yeah,
And they were
insane.
gone.
No,
in
dude,
5
they were
minutes.
gone. Like,
They were gone in
all right,
5
hold on,
minutes.
wait. Okay, the donuts are like, you know,
Yeah, they're like donut
not
holes or
like-
munchkins,
yeah,
whatever
They're
the heck
not.
you
They're
want.
not.
They're munchies on
kids.
steroids.
Yeah, I had one. I was like, oh my god, these are. I gotta stay away.
They were really good.
Dude, those things are. Yeah, those are
They're dangerous.
evil.
Yeah,
they're
they're
evil.
They're small enough that you accidentally eat like 25 by yourself, and I hate myself.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I hate
I
my
ordered
life.
30. Marty went through 15 of them by
Yeah,
himself.
I opened
Yeah,
the box up and
sure.
there's 30 of them there, and you're sitting there eating a banana split. I'm like, are
Yeah.
you gonna eat all those? You're like,
got
no,
them,
but
sure.
they're for everyone.
I got them, sure.
So, Yoshi, you mentioned all these people are hitting you up for a rainbow cone. Perhaps, you know, maybe Mark, if you're elected, you can find a way to get rainbow cone in a few more locations.
Oh yeah.
You can start franchising.
Can you get a
That
Grotto
sounds-
rainbow
Or
cone?
you know, if I get elected and become Grand Monarch, we're just gonna have a Rainbow Cone outing.
Oh,
you
maybe
go.
you should have a Snoopy snow cone maker and like try and see if you can make rainbow cone out of it for
No,
for your
that's a bad
grotto
idea.
room.
That's a bad look, my dude.
It's bad. That's
Yeah.
terrible.
Hey, what?
You know what? Sometimes people get super ambitious with the hospitality room food items. Like that one
is.
time, Saba was like doing their damnedest to do conference room and like a hotel corn dogs in Branson. I was watching it. And I'm like, I'm gonna take one of those mangled corn dogs, but you guys better give this gimmick up soon because you're gonna fight this all night. It's gonna be a bad time.
You know, one of my favorite things at one of the hospitality rooms was that, what was it, that cotton candy shot or drink. You remember that?
What?
You don't remember
I
that,
don't
do
remember
you?
that. I remember Naughty Peaches.
Oh God, who doesn't remember Naughty Peaches?
Naughty Peaches.
Oh, you remember
Naughty Peaches.
No, Naughty Peaches.
No,
Let me hear it.
man.
that's
No,
what-
let's just let's
That's
move
Harry's
on.
Grotto.
Let's just move on.
That's Ed and Sonia. Hold
Yeah.
on, but we got to get
All right,
one for the Naughty Peaches.
Naughty Peaches. Jesus Christ.
You know what? Go to Supremes because you'll have weird inside jokes like that last a lifetime.
Yeah,
It's true.
No, it's
Yeah.
true.
It's true.
It's true. It's very true.
I know, like,
But these
when you're
inside
like,
jokes is how you make that fail.
It is. It really, truly is.
Mar-
And then when you get people who like have no idea, and when you're in a room full of people, and there's like only like 6 of you, and all of a sudden you bust out with something, and then you got the whole room like, oh my, you know, like
Yeah.
No, the best is like Supremes last year when we're on like this Facebook group chat, and like we're all just texting each other during the meetings.
Yeah. The hot moments, like okay, listen. There was a moment or two where you could hear a pin drop because somebody stood up
And said
some
something.
stupid. But and then we're all like, what?
Oh, you know what the best part of that group chat was? Oh, God, I hate to say this, but it was
No, you
after.
don't.
No, I kind of do because I don't know because I still know what the guy. I don't know if the guy came off wrong or what. But when someone got up and just pretty much did a machine gun style hot take to the whole room,
Yeah.
and then like the chat like lit up and he went to sit down. The one guy next to him was like, and I was like, oh man,
Oh, I didn't see that.
Yeah, that
that's
happened.
terrible.
yeah, like last year when I said, go get a video like Marty doing something with the hospitality rooms. I was not expecting him to be half naked, shoving cupcakes in his face.
Were you not?
Do you remember when we did the Louisville Supremes? Were going live from the hospitality. That crazy anti-Mason blogger took our video.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I
Remember
had
that?
to put on there. You can't use our videos, so
Why
they
do you
get,
do that? I love when people do that stuff.
No, dude, forget that guy.
I don't want to freaking deal with that stuff.
Well,
I
not
deal
good.
with it enough. I mean, some guy called me from where was it?
Why won't you help him,
Nicaragua
Wes?
or something
He,
like
need-
that.
he needed your help, Wes.
Trying to call me on Facebook Messenger. I'm like,
Wes,
are you kidding me?
we're-
No, you're blocked. You're gone.
We are Freemasons. We're supposed to show good humanitarian efforts across the globe, not just to other Masons.
Mr. Worldwide.
Oh, so when the guy's yelling at me
Wes.
about a post I made, just, hey, watch the show, no big deal. He's like, I don't know who you guys think you are, but you got to prove to me who you are first before I can do any of this. And then he's sending me his numbers like, call me now. No, so he calls me. I didn't say anything to him.
Yeah,
I'm
Miss
just like,
Cleo talking to you. He's like, call me now.
I don't
Freeze
do
like
that.
a greeting.
I don't do that.
Actually, you know what? So our social
got
media
you.
sometimes is like a light
animated.
to like the flies of the insane people in the world. And anytime someone like hits us up and they're like, hi, I'm from this weird country and the government is out to get me and I need the Freemasons love and support now.
Wes.
I always I'm like talk to Wes. Hit up Wes. Hit up Wes with it.
And then our
No, I love it because like they'll be like, I need Freemason now, you know, or I need Grotto now.
Yeah.
I need money. like
And then,
you know,
and
like,
then
you get
the
all
group
like,
chat blows up with Wes going, what am I supposed to do with this guy? And it's just Marty and I go, Wes, he needs help.
No.
yeah, these two jerks, like
just
they're like
needs
going
Wes.
at Wes, like Wes, why won't you help this man?
Like, what do you have
He
against
needs
him,
help.
Wes?
And I'm like, stop,
He's in
guys.
distress,
Like,
help
dude,
him,
And
Wes.
then Wes, because he's a good guy, considers it for me. He's like, well, what do you think he needs? Like, Twitter's like, I'm not talking to this guy. Why do you keep making him hit me up?
and then here I am. I'm like 57 messages.
If they're across the pond, I'm like, hey, look up the United Grand Lodge of England.
Wes,
hey,
they need
you.
you.
Found us on the computer. You could find them on the computer
Wes,
and go do it
we,
yourself.
much like the Grotto, are an international podcast. You have to accept that people from around the world will be in distress. And you, as a leader in the podcasting
Need to offer
community,
your
A leader in the
people will
podcasting
reach out to
community.
you in their moment of need going, Wes,
We need you.
We need
help.
help.
You know, that's
Help,
just
Wes.
every word that came out of your mouth is just a lie.
More useless than the last.
Because of you, everyone watching now
Hit up
is
Wes.
dumber for what you have said.
Hit up Wes. He will help
To
you.
no point. May have God have mercy on your soul.
Yeah,
God
exactly.
have
No,
mercy
no.
on your soul.
You know, I've taken inquiries, try to help people out, but you know, they flip.
No, because, like,
you know what?
no,
That's it.
like,
That's the end of it.
He's right.
I've got a private life. You know what? I don't need anybody getting into that,
at this
and there's a
time-
reason for that. And if I don't accept you as a friend on my Facebook thing, you gotta read it. and you'll understand why.
Or just send him a message on Messenger asking for help.
Or
Look,
hit him
no,
up on his
Wes,
OnlyFans.
because
Believe
I'm
me,
an
I thought
admin
about
on-
just
you know,
closing that
I'm an
account
admin
and
on
either
our
we get
Facebook,
advertisement
and
or not.
I see the messages come through, and I see a lot of the times these messages they start good,
And then,
and then
just
all of a
go sour.
sudden
They go
it's
sour.
like they just lose like their minds,
Yeah.
and you're like, nope. Away
After,
with you.
after 3 years of doing this show and trying to do the right thing by those people, there's only been one person that has ever been, thank you, I am looking it up, and that's it. Everybody else starts into this Illuminati and this and that crap. You know what? I'm done. I'm not dealing with it.
Well,
Confirmed.
at this time, I think we could determine that Wes is not going to be helping anyone on the internet.
That's a
But
fact.
the greatest helper and leader that all these people in
is
the
this
world
the
could
Marty
look to would be Mark Victoria.
Contact
Possible-
Mark Victoria.
Contact. Yeah, would think.
join Grotto first.
Join Grotto, then contact. Join Grotto, vote for Mark, then contact.
Vote for Mark first, then contact him.
Wes, we are running low on.
Yeah, I know. So.
If you need help, don't
Call
ask Wes. But if you are a prophet and you need a new grotto or you need to form a grotto, Mark, unlike Wes, will help you.
3 of us here will create grottos.
I'm a cripple. I need help.
Well, you should send a message.
that-
And then all these guys watch me put up
Shots
all
out,
the...
shots out.
On that note, we're gonna get some
Oh, yeah.
shots ready.
We don't have any shots, so...
Just take from the bottle.
All right. What are you doing?
Where
Don't
you
get it. What are you
going?
doing? We got... Sit your ass
It's
down.
fine.
FNG.
You fuck up my Wayne's World count, you don't touch my cameras.
Wow, you're fired. You're not getting a paycheck this week.
You guys want any of this?
Oh.
All right, Mark.
No.
This special shout out is for you. So you tell us who you want it for.
You know what? Let's just do it just general for the grottos of North America. Mr. Worldwide.
Mr. Worldwide.
Mr. Worldwide.
Mr. Worldwide.
Oh my God! I stole a bottle of that from you once.
All right, everyone. Well, that's our show for the day. Thank you all for watching. Don't forget, go to Grotto Supremes if you can in Cincinnati. Vote for Mark. And join Masonry if you haven't.
Enjoy the
already.
videos afterwards too.
Yeah, enjoy the videos afterwards. Please watch them. You know, if they're friends of yours, you want to support them how you feel that you need to support them, and you know it's all good. You know. So.
Mark, Jeff, and Phil, a better grotto for a better tomorrow.
Yep.
Let's keep it going.
Yep.
Don't forget
Have
to
a
like
good
and
one, guys.
subscribe.
Like and subscribe.
Don't ask for help.
Yep.
Yeah, don't ask for help.
Yeah, like, subscribe. You're watching us on YouTube or on iTunes, Google Play, SoundCloud, iHeartRadio, and all that other fun stuff. Once again, thank you for watching. Don't contact me. Take care.
Hi, my name is Jeff Snyder. I'm running for Grand Captain of the Guard for Grottos International. I'm the past monarch of Salama Grotto, Supreme Council District Deputy for Southwest Florida, and Deputy President of the Florida State Grotto Association. All these have given me the opportunity to serve the realm with leadership and mentoring to many different grottos. My wife Lisa and I are dedicated to serving the realm with respect, dignity, and dedication. We're in it for the long haul, and I have her full support. During my extensive travels throughout the realm for my campaign, I've had the opportunity to speak to many different prophets about many different ideas and concerns. The majority of these concerns center around growth. We are experiencing strong growth throughout the realm and are poised for explosive growth in the near future. The main concerns that we have heard are regarding our infrastructure. We now serve prophets in multiple countries and are experiencing different cultures, different languages, and different currencies. Without a strong, forward-thinking, fiscally responsible infrastructure, we could face difficulties serving these grottos. Any difficulties experienced with our growth will almost certainly have a negative impact on our current grottos and profits. Growth is good. Every new grotto and every new profit is the opportunity to serve a new community and assist children with disabilities obtaining vital dental treatments. However, uncontrolled growth can lead to major difficulties in the future, and this can cause a negative impact in our ability to serve our children. Failing our children is just not an option. I bring strong leadership and change management skills to the realm. This is from my time in the United States Army and in law enforcement. where I served as an intelligence officer and several different specialized unit leaderships. These have allowed me to understand the needs of growth management and how to effectively control growth, serve the realm well, and not harm any efforts we have to help our children. Now I balance this with a belief in keeping fun in our fraternity. If we're not having a good time, we're not keeping our eye on the prize, and the prize is serving our children. I ask you to take a moment to look at my campaign page, where you'll find my resume, several of my ideas for the future, and how I can better serve the realm and serve the profits to make the Grotto the best it's ever been. Thank you for your support, and thank you for your time. God bless.
Hi, I'm Phil Scott, running for Grand Captain of the Guard of Grottos of North America. Just a little history about me. I'm born and raised in Mansfield, Ohio. Belong to Baku Grotto. Have been around the grottos, my grotto, pretty much all my life. I'm here to serve the profits of the grottos. Like I've said, I've kind of grew up around the grotto. My dad was a Baku Grotto clown for 40 years, and it's kind of what I refer to as a Baku Grotto, or as a grotto brat. I've also was a D Malay back in my youth, and that was a big experience for me. And once I became old enough, I joined the Masons and Grotto, and have been very active these last few years. I kind of took a break after children came along, but very dedicated to Masonry and Grotto at this point in time. I'm a Mansfield City Councilman. I've served on council now for 14 years, and I kind of relate that to serving on the Supreme Council. As on the City Council, I represent my constituents and the citizens of Mansfield, trying to answer their questions, resolve their issues. And that's what I want to do to the Grotto, is be your representative on the Supreme line. As issues come up in the Grotto, to bring them to the Supreme Council and help the Grottos grow. One of the messages that I've tried to relay is, yes, we have great growth, and Grotto is growing in great numbers, leaps and bounds. But we also have to work on retention of memberships. If you look over our last several reports and the year-end reports, we've lost way too many to suspensions. So we have to work on that to see what we're not providing the Grotto to keep folks' profits interested. I served 1 year on the foundation before I decided to run for the Supreme line. The foundation holds a near and dear place in my heart, because I feel the foundation and bringing smiles to children is what we're all about. We didn't have the foundation and doing dentistry for children with special needs, we would just be another fun club. So just kind of in closing, I would like to urge your support at the Supreme Council session in Cincinnati to vote for me, for Phil Scott, for Grand Captain of the Guard.